guys, how's it going? It's me, Megan, and I am back with another video. If you guys are new to my channel, I'm a part-time reseller on Poshmark and a few other platforms, but mostly Poshmark. And here on YouTube, I like to make reseller content. I'll do sold videos, I'll do unboxings, I'll do all that good stuff. So if that is something you guys are interested in, please make sure to like and subscribe, and that way you'll never miss one of my videos. All right, so in today's video, I'm doing a What Sold Sunday on Sunday this time. I've had enough time today to actually film it and hopefully edit it and get it out to you guys before it's not too late at night. But yeah, I will be sharing what I sold from this last week, pretty much the last full week of January, and I can say that I am so excited that January is going to be over. I am so over this month and my sales just being super slow. Luckily, I wouldn't say I had a good week, but I had a good Saturday yesterday with sales, and that very rarely ever happens. Usually weekends are very quiet for me, but I was super excited that I was actually able to make several sales and a couple of really good ones as well. And though my sales have been kind of slow, I put in so much work this week with my reselling business, and I'm just so proud of myself. And you know, sometimes you just have to do that background work behind the scenes, you know, with going through your inventory, cleaning it out, going like sourcing and actually like taking photos and listing things, and you know, going through your death pile to eventually make those sales. And I do think that's what helped with my Saturday, is that I listed so many items this week, and it just gave my closet more attention to get those sales. And I did reach 500 active listings this week, which I was really excited about. I like to hit that because once I hit that, I always like somehow make a ton of sales and it goes down. But I also purged my entire inventory. I knew I was eventually going to do this year because I did talk about at the beginning of the year that I do plan on becoming a full-time reseller sometime this year, just depending on when we move out of Portland and all of that, because my husband is graduating from law school and he's taking the California bar, so he's going to need to get a job in California, and we are in Portland, Oregon. Gotta go. And that's probably going to happen sometime this summer. So I know that I'll be transitioning into that, and I knew eventually I would need to purge my inventory because I don't want to take all these pieces, especially pieces that never got any attention, I've had for over 2 years, things I just can't look at anymore because they make me angry. Like, I would need to eventually get rid of those, and I just had the energy yesterday. I started going through my inventory, which my inventory, I might do a video on how I keep my inventory. If you guys are ever interested, definitely let me know. But the way I keep my inventory here is nothing crazy. Like, people have a bunch of bins and a lot of space and all that. I have a closet. As you can see, I have this rolling rack, which I never really meant to be for inventory purposes. I kind of wanted it more aesthetically for my YouTube videos, but now it's kind of overrun with stuff. But I just have like a closet just off screen, and it's just like a basic closet. I have all my dresses and sweaters, jackets, and men's like dress shirts and sweaters and such hanging. I have my shoes on a shoe rack underneath. I have my purses in a bin next to the shoe rack under there. And then I have 2 shelves on top, and each one of those have 6 smaller sized little, like, they're not really bins, they're kind of like baskets that I got from the dollar store. And they're categorized and have items in there. So my inventory is easier to go through than I would imagine a lot of people, especially full-time resellers that just have bins and bins and bins of stuff. So I just flipped through them and I just started pulling stuff out. And I think with my other resolution at the beginning of the year being that I wanted to get less mystery boxes and I want to take more control over the items in my closet, I think this was a big step forward in that, because a lot of the stuff that I've purged have been items that I've gotten over the years in rescue boxes that I was like, I'll sell it and make my money back, but it was just not even worth doing that. So I do have a box that I was already selling to The Real ready to go. I have a flip consignment lot boxed up and ready to go. I have another one that I'm gonna get listed, and then I have about 3 bags of clothes I'm going to attempt to sell to Plato's Closet, which I haven't done before because my Plato's Closet has so much stuff. And whenever I'm shopping there, pretty much like every 5 minutes, there's someone coming in there with like bags, like huge trash bags full of clothes to sell to them. So I know they're always getting inventory in, and I know the stuff I have isn't like the best and trendiest, but I'm gonna see if they'll take some of this stuff, and if not, then I'll either put it in a flip consignment lot and sell it on commission, or send it into ThredUP in a partner kit, because I do have another 3 boxes that you guys told me I should, well, some of you guys told me I should try the partner kits out, and then a couple of you told me to just get a whole nother ThredUP account, which I've done a couple of times, and get labels that way. So I think with the stuff that I have right now that I'm sending them, I'm gonna do a partner kit, because a lot of it's not great. Like, I don't expect to make a lot of money off of it. And if you don't know what partner kits are, I'm not fully sure, but if you Google it, there'll be a link and you can send clothes into them, and if they accept them, they'll pay you out directly through a gift card for a certain store. I almost wish they'd just give me a ThredUP gift card, because then I would definitely use it to buy inventory from their website, or even a couple of the rescue boxes that I will continue to get, which at this point are just the denim rescue boxes occasionally, maybe one every 2 or 3 months, and the designer DIY boxes, again, occasionally, especially because I don't like to spend all day refreshing the page waiting for them to come up. So if I just happen to be on the site when they're there, then I'll pick them up. Yeah, anyway, that's what I'm doing. Like I said, had a very productive week. I still have a lot of work to do because I need to get all the items that I am sending to ThredUP, sending in flip consignment lots, trying to sell the Play-Dohs. I need to get those out of my closet, like my Poshmark closet, before people keep buying them and I have to dig them out from here, there, everywhere. But yeah, long intro to this video, but I did want to tell you guys that I was working really hard, maybe give you guys some motivation to do that as well. I've always been kind of tentative about selling things to Play-Dohs, because I'm like, I could sell it to Play-Dohs and probably get like a few bucks for it, or I could sell it myself and get like 10 bucks for it, maybe eventually if it ever sells. But I shop so much at Play-Dohs Closet that if I can get a credit for Play-Dohs Closet, I don't even know if they give you a credit or if they give you money or if they give you the option. But yeah, I shop so much at Play-Dohs Closet that if I could just get a credit there, then I could trade in these clothes for something much better that'll probably get me a better and quicker profit. So yeah, these are things that I know resellers do all the time to make money, so this is nothing new. But if you've ever been thinking about it, like I have for years, just try it, just do it. That's what I'm doing, and I'm getting much happier, because I shouldn't have 500 active listings and still having a hard time making 1 sale a day. I mean, I know it's January and I know it's slow and things will pick up, but that's just saying the stuff that I have in my closet is not worth much. So that's what I'm doing. Hopefully it works. But anyway, I'm gonna get into my sales now. So like I said, this week was really slow at the beginning and it picked up a lot yesterday, which again, super happy about. I got to go to the bins on Monday, and I think I definitely will be going back again sometime this week. It actually went really well. I mention this a lot, the bins do stress me out sometimes, and there were a lot of people there, but as long as I can keep my distance and sort of, you know, shop in bins that people aren't at, I'm good. But once it gets so busy that there really isn't anywhere I can go to be isolated, then I know it's time to go. But I did spend a couple of hours there and I did find good stuff. And that video will either come up this week or next week for sure. So anyway, the first thing I sold was this Free People red embroidered skirt. I got this a little while ago now at Play-Dohs Closet. They were having their clearance at $1 per item, and I picked up a few things, if you remember that video. This was one of them. I don't do really well with Free People, but I liked this skirt. I picked it up before Christmas thinking someone would buy it for Christmas, but now that it's sold last week, I think someone probably picked it up for Valentine's Day, which is still really good. I had it listed at 30. I think comps were honestly around 30, but when someone offered me 15, I just decided to accept, and after fees, I made 12. The next thing I sold was this Burton full zip hoodie. Burton's a really good brand, but I've had a hard time selling it. I got this piece at the bins, not the most recent time I went, but just the time before, so not too long ago. It ended up selling for $31, and then after fees, I made $23.30. Then I sold this vintage Patagonia tee, which also came from that trip I made to the bins before this one I made this week, if that makes any sense. I honestly didn't know this was a vintage Patagonia tee when I picked it up. It was in like the hardware section, which I like to skim through when I'm going in between sections of the Goodwill outlets, because a lot of times people will sort through their clothes in those sections because they're less busy. And so I like to just go through, and it's easy to pick out, you know, clothes from the hardware because they're different. And I saw this tee and I just thought it was really cute. I could tell that it was vintage, but the brand was Beneficial Tees, and I didn't really look it up. I just picked it up. I thought I could at least sell it for, you know, 15 to 20 bucks really fast because it was cute. But then when I looked it up, Beneficial Tees was like Patagonia's t-shirt brand or something in the like the 90s, or like really early on to Patagonia. And also it said where the clothing headquarter was Ventura, California, which is the headquarters for Patagonia. So it didn't say anything about Patagonia on the label, but I was able to figure out that yes, this was sold through them, and it was really cool and really cute and got tons and tons of attention on both Poshmark and Depop, which I cross-listed on, but eventually it did sell on Poshmark. It sold for $45, and after fees I made $34.50. Then I had a Mercari sale of this ALC black blouse. I picked this up at my local Honey Hole thrift store. It was only like, I think $1.99 or $2.99 maybe. They definitely didn't know what the brand was, and that is why I love my local Honey Hole thrift store. Even if they know the brand, usually things aren't marked up that high. That's where I found those Burberry moccasin boots that they only had for $20 that I still need to clean and list. Might send into the Real. And that's actually the second time I found Burberry there. I found a vintage Burberry blouse there a long time ago for like $5 and made a pretty good profit sending that into ThredUP. It's not that they don't know their brands. I think, you know, it's just like a little local thing that they're raising money for, like a charity thing. They're not looking to, you know, rip people off. They want things to sell, and it's a small store. Anyway, I'm very chatty today. But it ended up selling on Mercari for $45, and then after fees I made $38.89, and I was really happy about that profit because when I picked it up I didn't think too much about it. Like, I'm like, this probably won't sell for too much money. It is a good brand, but it's a more basic top, but it did really well. And then on Monday the 24th, I only had one sale, and it was on eBay actually. I sold this gorgeous Trina Turk silk button-up blouse. I love this blouse. I think if I waited a little bit longer, I could have got a little bit more for it, but it's gotten a ton of interest and just like couldn't get anyone to buy it, sending out offers, no one's sending me counter offers or anything, so it was a little bit of a hard sell. But it did end up selling on eBay for $33, and I did do free shipping on that, which I usually don't do. But this piece was from a flip consignment lot, and I wanted it to sell, so I offered free shipping, and it was also really light. So after fees, I made $28.22 on eBay, and then after flip consignment fees, I made $15.02. And again, I mentioned Flip a few times in this video, but it's an app that you can either send clothes in to have people sell for you, or you can sell other people's clothes, and I've been doing a little bit of both. Sending clothes in to sell, I haven't had the best of luck with. I've sent in 2 lots, and only one thing from one of the lots has sold so far. So I don't know. I'm still trying it out. I'm sending in another lot. Like I mentioned, I'll send that out tomorrow, and we'll see. Hopefully things get better, but I'm not sure. And then on Tuesday, again, I only had one sale, and this one was actually on ThredUp. I sold this Peruvian connection dress. I've had this dress for a very long time. It had flaws in it that made me not want to sell it, so I did send it into ThredUp. And I've had this again for a while. I got it in a Jomar mystery box, and I haven't bought from Jomar since like definitely over a year ago now. So it did end up selling for $65.25, and then after fees I made $29.36, and I'm very happy about that. Peruvian Connection is a really good brand, but if I saw it at like the thrift store or something, I would definitely be picky about it. I'd make sure there was no flaws, and then also pick it up based more on style. And then Wednesday the 26th, I had one sale. Again, I sold these Nike Pro leggings. This was a very slow sale for me. I bought these, I liked the color. This color usually does really well for me, that like army fatigue, olive green color. And Nike Pro I heard does well. These sat for a really long time. I did pay up for these. I remember when I got them home, I didn't really realize I paid like $15 or $16 for them. They ended up selling for $40 and after fees I made $30. So I did profit, but not that much. And it took a really long time. Then on Thursday the 27th, I had 3 sales. I sold this Nuatag Adidas duffel bag. If you remember, if you saw my video from Friday, my men's 25-pound box, that was not great at all. This was in that box. It was Nuatag's, but it had like company promo on it for like Honey, which is like an extension for your browser that will help you find coupons for, you know, different sites, and PayPal, which I thought was funny. But someone did offer me $30 and then I decided to accept, and after fees I made $24. Then I sold these Vince leather loafers. Loafers and Oxfords, probably called Oxfords and not loafers, but to me they're kind of interchangeable. They're still super trendy. These I got when I was in Connecticut in December. I picked these up at a Plato's Closet for $10. I was shocked. Well, I wasn't super shocked, but it's like these really nice leather expensive loafers were $10, and then like they had a pair of Lululemon capris for like $40. I get it, people shopping at Plato's Closet do want Lululemon and will probably pay $40. They don't know or want Vince because they don't know what that is. I knew what it was and I wanted it, so I did pay $10. These sat for a little bit. Again, I got these in December, so I guess it wasn't that long, but they did end up selling for $75, and after fees I made $60, and I found a lot of really good shoes on that trip when I went to Connecticut, and I made some really good profits, so that's very exciting. And then I sold these American Eagle distress shorts. Again, these came from the bins from the previous time I was at the bins. I picked these up because they were a really good size. They were a size 18. They were distressed, but I think they were a little bit more distressed than like manufactured distressing, or whatever you call that. I forgot what people call that. More than they should have been. But I did have a full price buy. Someone bought them for $26, which is what I had them listed at. And then after fees, I made $20.80. This is the time of year where I feel like shorts are going to start to sell. And I do really well selling all types, all brands of denim shorts. Like once that time hits when people are looking for shorts, they just sell. So I'm definitely gonna need to start listing my shorts. I'm also gonna have to start, I have a pile of Levi's and other like Carhartt and 100% cotton jeans that I will be making into DIY shorts, which I actually made a video about how I do that. And yeah, I make really good profit on them that way, more than I would selling them as they are, I have realized. Then on Friday the 28th, I had 2 sales. I sold this Title IX wrap top. Again, this came from a flip consignment lot. It ended up selling for $20. After fees, I made $16, and then after flip consignment fees, I only made $6. And then I sold this Warner's Nuatag bra. This sold on eBay. This has been sitting for a little while, but this did come in a fun box that I received a while ago now. I don't remember when. I think it was a fun box. It was either a ThredUP fun box or a ThredUP bulk box. But anyway, it sold for $20, and after fees I made $17.68. And then on Saturday, I actually had 9 sales, which is what I would like to be at every day of the week. But I'm just really happy that I was able to pull those sales yesterday to help my weekly gross and net amount of money that I made. So the first thing I sold were these Stalf sweatpants. STALF is the brand. I purchased these sweatpants and about, I think, 4 other items from this brand from ThredUP under their assorted brands. I was lucky enough that this brand was like on the waistband on the outside, so I could see what the brand was and look it up, because under assorted brands on ThredUP are brands that either ThredUP doesn't recognize or doesn't really get that often, so they don't list the brand or anything about it. So I was able to look these up. They had good comps. The items that I received, there weren't any solds on Poshmark, but there were other items from this brand that have sold in the past and had good comps. So this is the second item I sold. I think I sold a pair of linen pants from them really quickly for a good amount of money. And then these, they ended up selling for $52, and after fees I made $41.60. And I think my average cost of goods per piece was about $18, so a little bit high, but I do like to get in like fun brands like this that are harder to find if you're looking for it. Then I sold these vintage Gap jeans. I sent out a bunch of 20% off offers in my closet on Saturday, just trying to get some sales going. And then someone bought these. I don't know why I had them listed any higher than $24, but they sold for $24. And after fees, I made $17.70. And I do believe those came from some denim rescue box I've gotten in the last couple of years. Then I sold this Old Navy long sleeve thermal. I do find that when I offer like 20% off of an item in my closet, more people then like that item. So I do think it's something with the algorithm. When you offer a bigger discount on an item, it like promotes that item to other people, and then I get new likes on it, if that makes sense. But that I do find happens to me. I've had this Old Navy thermal for probably 2 years. When I was just started reselling, I'm pretty sure I purchased this at a Goodwill, which I would never do now for any amount of money. I must have really liked it. And this was an item that I offered 20% off of to people that had already liked it. And then this person came and bought it outright for what I had listed at, which was $15. And then after fees, I made $12. Then I sold this Peter Millar hoodie, or Miller, I'm not quite sure. I found this at the bins on Monday, and I've only picked up this brand once before, also at the bins. It was like some sort of rugby looking shirt, and it sold the same day in a bundle. And so I do remember this brand as being at least sought after, maybe popular, I guess. And they are relatively expensive, this brand, to begin with. I found this, it was actually a very recent style from spring of 2020, I want to say. And I listed this and I cross-listed this to a few other platforms, and it got a ton of attention. I also got a bunch of lowball offers. I had it listed at 60, and I actually got like a ton of lowball offers across the platforms. So when someone kept offering me 45, and that was like the highest amount I was getting, and no one was counter offering with me, I decided to accept it just to have that quick sale. And again, sales had been slow the last few days. So it ended up selling for 45, and after fees I made 36. And the entire bins haul that I did on Monday, I only spent 43 some odd dollars. So that covered most of my trip just with that one sale, so that was nice. And I actually had cross-listed this item onto eBay, and I didn't even promote it. And like in the few days that I had it listed, it got like 8 or 10 watchers on it, and I was very shocked because that never happens with the things I list on eBay. Then I sold these ASOS platform loafers. The brand is Monkey, M-O-N-K-I. It's not like something to be on the lookout for, but I did purchase these based on style. Really cute. I picked these up at a Goodwill for $15, and I was kind of going back and forth because I know they're really trendy, but I don't know how saturated this style is and how available it is. I cross-listed them to Depop because they were so trendy, and I listed them a little bit higher but offered free shipping to kind of get them more likely to sell, I guess. And they actually did end up selling on Depop. They sold for $70 in free shipping. So after fees, I made $48.75. And that is about how much I would have made on Poshmark if someone bought them outright for what I had them listed at, which was $60. So that's good. And that's only been like my third sale that I've done on Depop. I always make sure that I cross-list my trendy or vintage items on there, but I still haven't had the best luck with it. I know it's because, for the most part, I don't model the clothes. I cannot fit into things that are really small. So it is a little bit harder because Depop, like their sales are based a lot on your first picture, and a lot of it is people styling them. And you only get 4 photos on Depop, which is another reason that I get very wary of posting things on there, because if there is a flaw, I usually can't include it in the pictures. Like there's not enough pictures to show. Then I sold this Treasure and Bond long sleeve. This was also from a flip consignment lot that I had. Treasure and Bond is, I believe, a Nordstrom house brand or Nordstrom Rack house brand. Nothing insane or anything, but it ended up selling for $14. After Poshmark fees, I made $9.55, and then after flip consignment fees, I made $3.95. Then I sold this 5 for $25 bundle, which is after I had purged my closet and had all my stuff all over the place. So several of these pieces I was gonna try and sell to Plato's Closet or send it to ThredUP or put in a flip consignment lot, so I had to go around and find them all. But the first thing was a pair of Talbot's Capris, which I think came in one of my bulk boxes from ThredUP, and then Cello jeans, which came from a ThredUP jean or ThredUP denim rescue box. A Gap cardigan, which came from one of my ThredUP bulk boxes. A Zara sweater that came from one of my ThredUP bulk boxes. And then Arc & Co maxi dress, which came from one of my ThredUP bulk boxes. So I've profited already from my ThredUP bulk boxes. So I'm more than happy getting what other little money I can get back. I haven't had as much activity in my 5 for $25 part of my closet. So I'm ready to move on with those pieces. And like I said, send them to Plato's Closet, put them in a flip consignment lot, send them to ThredUP, whatever. Those did sell last second, so that was fine by me. It ended up selling for $25, and then after fees I made $20. A lot of my 5 for $25 closet are items I got from rescue boxes of the past. I want to take more control over my closet, and it's not so much that I want to have a curated closet. I'm still okay with selling, you know, Hollister, Abercrombie, PacSun if I like the pieces, if I think they're cute and I think they're trendy. I still love denim, and that's why I'll probably still occasionally get the denim DIY boxes. But overall, I'm ready to get rid of those pieces and make room in my closet for more desirable pieces that I want to sell. And then recently I got a couple of designer DIY boxes. This is a bit of a spoiler, but I did sell one of the items. It was these vintage Manolo Blahnik heels, and I wasn't quite sure how these would do. I did very much specify that these had strong 70s vibes, and I don't know if you guys would agree with me on that, but to me, they screamed 70s. I know nothing about decade fashion that isn't like the obvious signs of each decade, but they were in excellent condition. They looked barely worn. I saw a similar listing on Etsy and they said that theirs was linen. Anyway, they actually sold the same day I listed them, and I did send out an offer. So they ended up selling for $112, and after fees I made $88.10. And then the last thing I sold very last second last night was this Victoria's Secret push-up bra that I've had for a while, and I think I got it in my last bulk box that I received. It was a smaller size, and I think that's why it took so long to sell, but it did. It ended up selling for $18, and after fees I made $14.40. So my gross total for this last week was $820.25. And then after fees of $226.20, I net $594.05, which I'm super happy about, especially after the last couple of weeks have been so hard. I'm really happy about that. I do think, like I mentioned, my hard work with listing and sourcing has really been paying off. I hope you guys have been experiencing some better weeks. January's almost over. We just have to hang in there a little bit longer. And then hopefully February and definitely March will bring in some more sales. Like I mentioned, last March was like my best sales month ever. So I'm hoping that happens again. It seems like every time somebody liked a piece and I sent an offer, they purchased it. So that would be nice. But yeah, I hope you guys are having a great time sourcing and selling, and I will see you guys all in Wednesday's video. Bye.